gathering data in fit to standard workshops. How we gather the data, that's what we are going to see. Okay, let's get into the agenda. So we have only two agenda. The first one is preparing for fit to standard workshop and then conducting the fit to standard workshop. Having said that, I am moving on to the slide number 4. So how do we prepare for a fit to standard workshop? So fit to standard analysis process overview. So basically what we need to do is, before conducting the workshop, we need to have an analysis process. So fit to standard analysis workshops are an essential part of making sure SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud Edition system fits the customer needs. So first we conduct the analysis workshop to ensure it fit for our customer requirements. In these workshops, the partner line of business configuration expert demonstrate SAP standard business processes. The customer executive sponsors have selected on digital discovery assessment to customer LOB experts who are responsible for the job task covered in each business process. So what we do in the discovery phase, as we speak, we have our business executive. In the discover phase, we do digital discovery assessment. During the digital discovery assessment, customer executive sponsors, what they would do, they would do the job that covered in each business processes. So basically, in this workshop, each line of business configuration expert will demonstrate the SAP standard business processes the customer executive sponsors have selected on the digital discovery assessment to the customer LOB experts who are responsible for the job task covered in each business processes. Fit to standard meaning fitting or teaching the customer LOB expert how the standard business processes work in SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition system. Basically, we will be trying to do the fitting process where the customer LOB experts how the standard business process work in SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition system. So basically, we need to first show them that, okay, we have a starter system, and the starter system has got all SAP best practice business processes from which we can pick our corresponding LOB business processes, so that that can be utilized for our business process later. So that is what we are doing here. The customer LOB experts are the best are in the best position to identify small changes that may be necessary to make the system work for their requirement. So when we show this to the customer LOBs, they will know what exactly the necessary changes to be done to make the requirement work. We are not rebuilding the entire business processes here, but we can make small changes to tailor the standard processes to what the customer require. So basically, we might not be able to use every SAP best practice business processes. There will be custom processes. So that will be decided by the customer LOB experts.
So the above changes can be happened in the standard system?
Yes, it can, because say suppose in your system, say I can give an example. When I was working at a customer called Cargill, there was a process which was purely custom that was introduced first time, where we were we wanted to send data between SAP system to ServiceNow or a Remedy. So this is done through an OS command. So this is a process in which they wanted to send the monitoring and alerting data to the service now. So that service now will send the necessary email notification to the corresponding users within the organization. So this custom process can be added in the line of business for that scenario. So the infrastructure business processes will be changed. Similarly, we can talk about like in finance, probably their calculations will be different compared to other state-wise taxes can change. Likewise, there are so many things we could change as part of the business process. Those things comes as the custom process. So fit to standard analysis process overview. So prepare phase is where we prepare whatever we read earlier will happen in this phase. First, they will review the digital discovery assessment scope.
Where actually this DDA will be done?
In
where,
the
I mean, it's a tool. It's a
I will
tool
show
or
you.
Okay.
So this will be. I will share. I actually have copied because I want you to take a look at this as part of a practical session. So what I'm going to share is I'm going to share you the roadmap viewer. Activate roadmap. I think it is rid of. Yeah, it's already shared. You can click on URL. I will have to share the entire thing. Let me share the particular window. So, are you able to see the roadmap viewer?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So this is the link I shared with you. So what we need to do is I try to read all these things earlier. So now we need to just explore all the roadmaps available. So we go into the system. I explain you we have cloud, on-premise, upgrade, and general or cross topics. Here we have to select 3 system landscape in your scenario because we will have starter system, um, then we will have development system, test system, quality system. So we don't need to consider the starter system. So then it comes as a 3 system landscape. So we are getting inside that. So the first step in activate methodology is discover. So as I told you earlier, in the discover phase, what will be happening? There will be digital discovery assessment by the sponsors, executive sponsors. So this is the discovery assessment process where they will be executing SAP digital discovery assessment, and so the purpose of this task is for all the key stakeholders to gain access to the digital discovery assessment app and to capture customer scope. So they will be, all the stakeholders will add what are their scope for this particular part or assessment. The account team and all the stakeholders will use digital discovery assessment app to capture and continuously discuss the S4HANA cloud scoping in a centralized web-based collaborative approach, because this is a central thing. For example, as of now, I don't have a S user. My S user is not taking me to the digital discover assessment process. So if you have your S user, you can take a look. You can just first log in or register. You might have to register it with your user ID. I already tried it out, but to a point, it says I don't have enough authorization. So I can't show what is inside the discovery assessment in reality, but I can show it in a picture in one of the slides. That is why I said maybe you can try it out when you have time.
Sure.
Yeah. So basically, in a procedure will be in a digital discovery assessment part. The procedure will be, first we use the SAP Digital Discovery registration to register for access for the digital discovery assessment. So basically, when you give your user ID or your email ID, your first name, last name, your phone number, I normally don't give my phone number right, because they might try to call you from SAP side. So we don't need that. And then on the register part. It will send an email to activate the URL. So I did the activation as well, but after that, when I was trying to log in with my end user, it was creating a problem. So um, this registration wasn't I wasn't able to complete it. So it basically to self-register for the access for the digital discovery assessment app. Use the link in the registration confirmation email to access the digital discovery assessment app. For example, if I go here, I use this email ID. Okay, where is it? This is an email I got from SAP to actually get into the free trial software. Basically, access to the digital discovery assessment part. Discover, then prepare phase. In the prepare phase, we prepare for the fit to standard analysis. Basically, analysis will be for fit to standard actual workshop. So, having said that, they will review in the prepare phase what digital discovery assessment scope selections are. Then there will be a process called gather business driven configuration questionnaire responses. So this BDCQ will have a lot of questions about the business driven configuration. So for that, they will try to gather what all response from the customer side they can provide. Then prepare for fit to standard analysis workshop. So in the prepare phase, what they will do, they plan and schedule the workshop. So basically, with customer, we need to maybe, okay, fine. Next month on 12th, we can set up this workshop. So there is a planning required, and scheduling of the workshop is required. Then comes the prepare SAP S/4HANA Cloud Starter system. So we actually need the SAP S/4HANA Cloud Starter system, because that is the system got the SAP best practice business processes. Then we go on to the explore phase. Here we deliver fit to standard analysis workshop, and it has got two parts. The first part is demonstrate each business processes in the starter system. So show documentation in SAP Signavio Process Navigator. Demonstrate the test script in starter system. Discuss the process fit. Okay, I think I showed that yesterday. So we go to the prepare phase. There are a lot of things to be done. In that, one of the step is the prepare for the fit to standard workshop. So I have to go down and see. See, this is the fit to standard analysis preparation. And when you come here, this will be like there will be a template which is available. Start from this template. So there are so this is using Mural. Mural. Okay, I used to have Mural for as a Scrum Master. I did use Mural earlier, but not this account, SAP account. It was. So I can sign in using my account. So this is the test user. So this is taking me to Mural. In Mural, I have to workspaces, ZaranTech. I accept that and I continue. Then I can invite the team member email address maybe later. So this is trying to load the roadmap preparation, workshop preparation. So here we have our first thing is how we conduct the workshop preparation. So everybody can actually access to the mural and edit by themselves. There is an icebreaker, there is a demo, there is a discussion table. All these things are part of the workshop preparation. Okay. So this is as simple as that. I didn't show this. I showed earlier. However, say SAP Signavio for S4 public cloud edition. Yeah. So I don't think it is going to load because maybe they might have taken the validity of the user. So here we should be able to see. Here we can actually manage user and authorization and all. Likewise, we do have an area where I can search for Signavio process navigator. So this is I showed this earlier also, but this is loading again. So here, what we will do, we can either go by solution scenario or solution process. Let's go to the solution process. Say go to the Ariba sourcing request. So you will see in Ariba sourcing request what are the processes available in a picture. So this is a source, sourcing agent, and the business stakeholder. Business stakeholder will start determine if it is necessary to source a product or service. As a part of that, sourcing request comes to the sourcing agent, and sourcing agent has this sourcing request. So here we don't have much of a plus sign to go to multiple steps. So only this much step is possible. So these are the steps they will be reviewing actually. So navigator, so show documentation. To show documentation, no, not this one. And right now, this is not, getting any data here. Otherwise, in a normal scenario, this is talking about where it is used and which country and all that. Moreover, there could be a description. What is SAP Ariba sourcing request is will be on the right hand side, but right now we don't have that. And I showed the test scripts also yesterday, right? If you remember, I think that can be done. Let's see, how did I show you? And I think I lost some privilege. That is why I'm not able to show that right now.
Something
this
called
case,
the accelerator will show us the documentation, right?
Yeah, yeah. Accelerators are the documentations available. This test scripts are as part of content it comes. If you remember, I showed yesterday or day.
Yes, we seen the scripts also.
Correct, correct. That's what I'm right now. I'm not able to show you that, but you remember that, right?
Yeah.
And what they will try to discuss is the process fit. What all process can be fit to your scenario. Then they will document each business process. Remaining BDCQ, that is the business driven configuration questionnaire values. They will add these questionnaires will be there, questions will be there, so they will add the values. Requirement in SAP Cloud ALM requirement app. I can also go to requirement app, it's not a problem. Um, and then change the impact feedback. So say we look at this and we add the value, we go to the requirement and add all the requirements as the business processes. So one second, I do have the URL for Cloud ALM. Yeah, this is the Cloud ALM. Okay, let me load this, then I can share it with you. I have shared this earlier, but going back and getting it, it'll be difficult. So that's why I'm sharing now. So in the Cloud ALM, on the implementation part, we do have the requirements. So what they do, once the fit to standard workshop is done, they will come and add the requirement here. So you will see the requirement. This is a rejected. Approval is rejected. It is still in the refinement. So we don't need that. We'll do this. This is the PB underscore requirement for validate business partners. So this will be validating the business partner for the PB section. So requirement is dummy, that nothing is given, but there is a one user story available. Let's take a look at the user story. So this is something not useful, because new user story, it is for somebody for demo purpose they created or something. I can take into a different one altogether. I will close this, so then it will expand, and I can go further, a little further down. So this is another one. This is all the same. So maybe I can use this one, requirement for good receipt inspection by the quality manager. So this is responsible by Adam. Adam is the user I logged in. So Adam is an admin user, and this is happening in our prepare phase. Approval is done. Requirement status is testing. Priority is high. Planned completion is June 30th. So it's already been completed. It must be completed. So this is saying test TDD. That is the test driven development. And it does not have any user story, it does not have any project task, but there is a feature. So feature for requirement for good receipt inspection. Let's take a look what is there inside that. Okay, so this is confirm successful test. These are some test scenarios. So here, this is for one for customizing, one for workbench, basically the normal development system. So the creation is pending there, and there are transports available. So these are the transports it is showing. So these are demo examples, and we don't have the test scripts showing anywhere here. but at least you should you got it right what I'm talking about in the ALM requirement, how this is done.
Yes, yes.
Then so that part is done. Then customer LOB expert uh, testing in starter system. So basically now they are in the explore phase. The fit to standard analysis workshop is delivered. So assume it is demonstrated as well as the documentation is done. So the task of customer LOB is to test in the starter system. And in the realize phase, what they will do, they will implement the configuration and customizations, configure and customize development system tenant in sprints. So basically, like sprint is nothing but I say suppose in a quarter, we can define like 2 weeks a sprint. So say suppose as many sprints as possible in 3 months. And in that, we will configure and customize the development system tenant. Then we transport from CBC to dev to test to production that I told you earlier. And then after implementation, the user acceptance testing and sign off comes in. So what they will do, they will set up manual test cases in SAP Cloud ALM, and then customer LOB expert test and approve the process. So it's sign off the deliverables means from their side they will find out in SAP normally. Say suppose any feature is going to get released, SAP will do a UAT testing and request for users from various SAP organizations to participate, and people will accept that because they will be paid extra for doing this testing. So in order to do the testing, they will have the test cases available. In that, test scripts will be there. They will just test and they will provide their feedback to the testers, and testers will get back to the developer. So since I was one of the developer in SAP, that used to be the process. So similarly, here it will be maybe different, but still the process will be the same. Manual test cases in the SAP Cloud ALM. So we can go back.
I mean, in the cloud ALM, they will test the scenarios. All the test scripts will be integrated in the ALM.
Yeah,
they don't actually check in the system. I mean, not in the development, not in the quality system, not in the.
The first they will do it in the starter system. Once everything is agreed, it will move to the main development. Yeah. So what you see here is preparation. So this in this area, mostly all activities are done by the testers. Quality gates, processes, process ordering, requirement, documents, test preparation, test plan, test execution, defect creation, features. Feature is something a little bit different from the testing part. At least you can say quality gate is part of testing. Test preparation is also part of testing. Test plan, test execution, defect. All these activities will be done by the LOB expert. Everything, so they will do the UAT. During the user acceptance testing, they will create as many defects as possible. I can take you to the defects, and what will be the next step is all these test scenarios needs to be approved, because if it is a bug, it has to be fixed and it has to be tested, and LOB will have to provide that data so that we can get the sign off. If the things are open especially in the testing phase, then things will not go smoothly, because with bugs we can't transport it into dev, test, or production. So that's mainly the process about the fit to standard analysis process overview. And preparing for fit to standard workshop, the important activities in the prepare phase: review the digital discovery. This I read, but still gather the business driven configuration questionnaire responses. Prepare for fit to standard analysis workshop. So basically plan and schedule. And business driven configuration questionnaire, what it is. The purpose of business driven configuration questionnaire, BDCQs, the business driven configuration questionnaires are used by the partner line of business. That is the from the partner side, we will have LOB configuration expert to gather the configuration values that will ultimately be entered in SAP Central Business Configuration to configure the customer's SAP S/4HANA Cloud Development System tenant. It is nothing but when we do, for example, say this system, this is the Central CBS system. So this in this system, every business process. So this is the configuration part. Here, all business processes are configured, especially on the customizing side. So it will be looked here. Say suppose it's under sales. All these are the cases, and all those components and the testing will be uh, uh, done, and it will be moved to the development system. So yeah, did I read the second one? To identify which business processes, you need to look up the configuration values for partner LOB configuration experts. Check the processes that were selected for their LOB on the digital discovery assessment and filter the BDCQ relevant for their LOB by those processes. So basically, so as a part of we basically try to identify which business processes need to look up for configuration values. That will be done by partner LOB configuration expert. They will check the processes that were selected in LOB on the digital discovery assessment and filter BDCQ relevant for their own LOB by those processes. In the BDCQ, there are two levels of information. Level 2, which is L2, values that should be gathered in the prepare phase prior to fit to standard workshop delivery. So what they will do in the prepare phase, they will gather information based on BDCQ. So this comes before the delivery of the workshop. And on the level 3, the values that should be gathered in the explore phase during the fit to standard workshop. So they basically gather information in two levels. One is in the prepare phase of the workshop. Second one is in the prepare in the fit to standard workshop. So we can go to the next slide. So this is the image of business driven configuration questionnaire. This is so I wasn't able to get into this. Here you can see that define work item and group that goes into CBC. Define expenses also goes into CBC. Map resources to resource type that also goes to map the resource to resource type. So these phases are or topics are comes as part of our configuration activities. I am not sure about our configuration activities, but we can check whether it is there because it may vary depending upon different processes. So I don't see any of that here. but in a scenario, whatever is the actual, BDCQ, BDCQ topics will be part of the configuration activities in central business configuration. Okay, BDCQ questionnaire. So, assessing the business-driven configuration questionnaire, you can access the business-driven questionnaire through two methods. One is SAP Navigator, SAP Signavio Process Navigator. From there, you can go to SAP Best Practices for SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition Solution Scenario. I showed that earlier. Solution scenario and the process business process. So there is an accelerator tab, and under that general documents tab, under that business driven configuration questionnaire will be there. This sends you to the business driven configuration assessment task in SAP roadmap viewer. So right now I'm using a general roadmap viewer. Maybe because of that I'm not get to this particular questionnaire. But in your case, you can go to SAP Signavio Process Navigator. Under that, best I think I took you to this once, like last week. Yeah. Then we go to SAP Roadmap Viewer, SAP Activate for SAP S/4HANA Cloud Edition, 3-system landscape methodology, prepare phase, business driven configuration. That is like, it's as simple as here. This I can't go. This is the fit to standard mural. In the roadmap viewer, as I said, we are in this phase. In the prepare phase, when we go back, if it loads, we'll go to the prepare phase. Prepare phase, business driven configuration assessment task is there. So I will have to. I am in prepare phase, and I will. I'm not sure if I can search, but I can do Control F. So that is not showing here. So somewhere here, it should be there. What was that? That was business. Oh, maybe this arrow also I copied. Business driven. If you see, yeah, this is the one. Business driven configuration assessment. Perform the initial business driven configuration questionnaire. Configuration questionnaire is here. Oh God. I don't have from here. I will not be able to go as I think. So, maybe when you take a look at it, you can get into it. Business driven configuration from the SAP customer side. This is SAP customer side, and here this is for finance, this is for human resource, and all the LOB specific questionnaire will also be available. And then we perform the initial business process assessment for SAP S/4HANA Cloud. Then we download relevant Excel sheet for your line of business area. So business driven configuration questionnaires. I took you to that, right now. This is the business driven. Oh no, I think it's the same. Yes, initial assessment for SAP S/4HANA Cloud. Yes, correct. So we are there, and we have all the accelerators. So I was just going through the accelerator only. All those documents are from the accelerators only. but I don't have the authorization to get in, so I couldn't do that. If I was able to get into that, then I would be able to go into accelerator, general document, and I will have business driven configuration part. So hope you will be able to get into all those things. Oh, again, the roadmap viewer is the same access. Preparing the business driven configuration questionnaires. Steps to prepare the business driven configuration assessment and identify customer LOB expert. Partner LOB configuration expert download the relevant BDCQ Excel spreadsheet for their LOB that I showed you, right? All these are business driven configuration questionnaire. These are some SAP standard, whereas all are SAP standard, but we do have for specific line of business. For example, finance, human resource, and so on. Filter the scope reference column to only include the business processes that have been selected for DDA. Yeah, so we can choose whichever business process is required for a particular LOB. Filter the level column to only include L2 questions. Since I can't open the Excel, I can't show that. But if you can open the Excel, we can actually filter the column, the level column to only include L2 questions. Look up each in-scope business process in SAP Signavio process navigator to determine which business roles are most involved in the task completed for each process. Make a list of business roles most involved in the task for each business process. Contact the customer project manager and ask for support in identifying 2 to 4 customer experts who can represent the business roles you have identified. Set up the meeting. It could be a virtual or on-site with these experts and explain what's in the topic definition column of BDCQ. Then ask what in the question column. So this is what it shows. In the digital discovery process, we have scope item. And if you look at the BDCQ, this is by scope, reference, and level 2. Level 2 means this is prepare phase. So they are filtering based on the column. So this is what the column scope reference column was filtered based on the scope And then we go to starter system preparation and workshop scheduling. As a line of business configuration expert, your goal is to make each fit to standard workshop as realistic to what the customer would experience in an SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition system. For this reason, you need to prepare the starter system by creating test users to use when demonstrating the procedure of each test script. Each test user should only have 2 business roles assigned to it. One is employee and another one is primary business role. It could be a project manager, or it could be a business process expert. It could be anything. It could be a developer. So when we go on to the starter system for preparation, this is the SAP best practice for SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition, where you see, I showed this also earlier. See the version, the country, region, and in the solution process, we select professional services, whereas we have solution processes. So you click on each process, the customer project management project-based service. This is the one we selected, has got accelerator. Underneath, we have implementation as well as end user information, where under implementation, we do have test scripts. So test scripts will tell you what to be done. Okay, say suppose we have a UI to register. So what you need to do, register or log in. If it's a first type, we need to enter first name, last name, password, and many more, your phone number and all that. And the test script should have, each, mandatory field should be checked, and all those steps: login, access to the app, then maintain customer project information. This is a different scenario, but our case, login is required, access the app is required. Next would be validations. So which all things we need to get validated, we can add, and everything is okay. Registration will happen, and next time when this URL comes up, we will log in. So if you again try to click on the register and provide the same user, it will throw error saying that the user already exists. So those are the scenarios of testing. So that will be recorded as part of the test step. So here we are going to create the test user for fit to standard workshop. So we have administration as part of IAS, workforce master data, manage the workforce, where we try to import the users. So here basically we try to import the workers. So we can import the worker as comma separated users, or as semicolon separated users. So you will have an CSV file which can be uploaded here, and you can give import name, and here there is a template. You can use the template to fill out the user, so that it will be much easier for us to do it. And then click on import. Will import all the users required for this particular basically the test users for the fit to standard workshop. So share your screen and just take a look at the roadmap viewer and go to explore all roadmaps.
Explore all. System landscape.
Correct. Exactly. And then what we do, so you will see in the content what are the phases. So the discover phase, you can go to discover assessment. Sorry, discovery assessment. I'm not sure how much authorization you might have. Click on that. See, if you have your S user ID and password, it will be easy to log in, or else you will have to register.
I mean, the same email is registered with that, or?
No, I'm saying we don't provide any S user ID. S user ID is something when you use SAP system or
okay,
or any SAP part, you will get S user and password. Okay, then we can go back to the roadmap viewer. Then we go to, so this is all part of, you can try out the SAP Signavio Process Navigator.